Alright, me laddies, well, today we're going to look at some of the stuff that's been going around with PlayStation. Apparently, the start of the year was supposed to be the year of bangers, and PlayStation players have been going about saying how Xbox has got nothing but Palworld, and they've had Rise of the Ronin, Stellar Blade, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, which I will be streaming tomorrow on my YouTube channel on this one. Live, we should be about 7:30 live. I'm going to put a placeholder up. Shameless plug-in, but you know, it makes sense. But more importantly, everyone has been saying that they have a bunch of bangers. Now, if we look at statistics, clearly everyone is playing Xbox games, whether it's Fallout, Call of Duty, Minecraft, Overwatch. It doesn't matter. And the few games that they have up there in the top 25 PlayStation most played, MLB The Show, you know, Destiny, they're kind of on Xbox anyway, you know. Where's the exclusive games up there? There really isn't any. But, you know, last year, Starfield came out to critical abuse and a lot of people tried to destroy it, giving it an 83, which might I add is the same rating to one of my favorite games of all time, Ghost of Tsushima. That game is phenomenal, it's coming out on PC. If you haven't played it on PlayStation 5 or 4, you should play it on PC, it's amazing. And obviously, with it coming to PC, that is the definitive way to play it. I'm probably gonna actually try and replay it myself because that game that game is amazing. But everyone said that 83 was a flop, knowing that Ghost of Tsushima actually hit 83. I mean, to say that 83 is a bad score is crazy. But when Starfield hit 83, that was it. We had literal explosions everywhere. The media went rampant. Eurogamer, PC Gamer, the works. They were hunting Starfield and Bethesda. You had Stapleton from IGN, who pretty much came out and said that he hates Microsoft, he hates everything that Microsoft stands for, and even though he pretty much wasn't the right person to review Starfield, and there were people who came out publicly and said, we wanted to review this because we love Bethesda games, he turned around and said no, out of spite, because he wanted to give it a bad score. But what did the PlayStation ponies all come out and say? 7's a good score! Well, Stellar Blade, now from IGN, got 7 out of 10, and now they are in meltdown because they are saying that IGN did not give this game a fair review, and they are doing exactly the same thing that Xbox fans did. Just this time, there's no one to target, so they're targeting the organization, and the organization doesn't care. This is all well and truly amusing, but I have to say how the tables have turned. But, you know, if you are enjoying this content and have made it this far, please help me get to 7,000 subs, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and don't forget to hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. You can support me further through my Patreon, YouTube membership, and of course the super thanks. Shameless plug 2 out the way, back to the video. Now, of course, if you are seeing what I'm seeing on screen right now, we've got Rise of the Ronin at 76, we've got Stellar Blade at 82, Helldivers at 82. Now, if Starfield was deemed a monumental, colossal flop by the PlayStation ponies, bear in mind that this also means that Ghost of Tsushima, one of the best games made, is a flop. What does that make Stellar Blade, Helldivers 2, and Rise of the Ronin? I just want you guys in the comment section below to use the pony logic to come at me and let me know, what does that make these games? Don't forget, that 83 there for Starfield is with Kotaku's, awful review, as well as Jimquisition, who gave it a 4. Stellar Blade will be getting a 4, or maybe even less from Jimquisition, and it's probably going to get even lesser from Kotaku. And that's going to knock it down from an 82 to probably a 78, maybe even a 76. Their reviews aren't in yet, and the ones that are, really kind of on that side of things, they have their reviews coming, and that's going to change the landscape of that 82 quite drastically. I'm guessing they didn't even get the review copy because Sony knew of the implications, because their review would have been out by now. So I'm guessing they didn't even get a review copy, and they are now having to buy the game and do it themselves. I'm going to have like a preview review kind of out. I'm going to be playing it tomorrow, so I'm going to give my personal judgment on it. Like, I'm personally the target audience for Stellar Blade. I loved Nier Automata, so I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy this one. I liked the demo for what it was worth. It was a bit janky, it was a bit unresponsive, but maybe they fixed that for the final release. But, you know, despite the fact that they had the racial slurs, which people are saying was deliberate, I don't believe it was deliberate. They changed it to something else, which actually made it worse, because it's actually an even worse slur than it was originally. But we're going to cover that in the stream tonight, and hopefully you guys will see that there was no malintent in there with that, so don't kind of go overboard with that. There just wasn't any malicious intent, and it's been proven as well. And we're going to go over that in the stream today. But, you know, just know that those assets, the hard and whatnot, they're used in a number of places. It's just an unfortunate coincidence that it was used in that place as well, with the letter R as well. That said though, we do come back to the original point of the video. Is 82 now a good review? Is 7 a good score? You know, go 10, 15 years back and 7 would be deemed definitely worth playing, checking out, giving a try, you know, investing in. Is it because the game prices now are a lot more expensive at 70, 80 bucks that 7 is no longer deemed worth playing? And who is it deemed worth playing to? I played Anthem. I bought the Legend Edition, you know, the top end version, and I have to say that it was money well spent for me. I got, you know, hundreds of hours of gameplay out of that game. And for me, Anthem is a phenomenal game. I loved every moment I had with it, despite the bugs and the issues and the crashes, which were a problem. But the overall core of the game was really fun, and I am very disappointed it didn't come out. So what one person finds enjoyable is different to another. These reviews are only a guideline, because if I listened to the reviews, I would never have touched Anthem. And people today that go to the Reddit page of Anthem turn around and say, why did people hate on this game so much? I'm playing it now and the game feels so good. Why did they cancel it? So these kind of hate brigades that these publications do, these kind of attacks and, you know, biased reviews that they do just for clicks, and they are just for clicks. I'm surprised PC Gamer hasn't come out yet with like a 6 out of 10, or GameSpot with a, we've given it 6 out of 10 folks, check out our review. Kind of like that whole clickbaity thing, to get people to click it to see why they gave it a 6 out of 10 or a 6.5 out of 10 when others are. IGN already tried to beat that rush by giving it a 7, and whether that review was fair or not is up to your interpretation. But the point of this discussion that I'm having right now is that Starfield was deemed a monumental flop. You've got ponies right now trying to move that goalpost quite aggressively by saying, well, this was touted as game of the year, game of the generation. I'm seeing people who were saying Stellar Blade should have got 95, 98, 100% from the PlayStation camp. That is game of the year, game of the generation kind of scores. They weren't even predicting those scores for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? So we're talking above and beyond here from the PlayStation community. So they were expecting the same thing for Stellar Blade, and now that it's hitting 82. Does this now mean Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin, and Helldivers 2 are absolute flop trash games? You let me know in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I will see you tonight in my live stream. Right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. You can support me further through my Patreon, YouTube membership, and of course, Super Thanks, which is directly below the video. I am trying to hit 7,000 subs, and when we do, I've got a very nice giveaway planned for you all. So hopefully, we'll get there soon. Targeting end of May to get to that 7,000 subs. Let's see if we can make it. Right, folks, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.